April 28, 1988, a day pilot Mimi Tompkins dreamed about.
No one ever expects an airline pilot to be a woman.
For the veteran captain and crew aboard Flight 243.
Okay, Mimi, it's your airplane.
It was a day they'd never forget.
The cabin roof ripped away.
Based on the heroic true story.
Mayday, mayday!
Connie Selica, Wayne Rogers, Anna Alicia.
We're gonna make it!
Miracle landing next Tuesday.
Your dentist wears a suit of armor to protect you both from AIDS. But is that enough?
You've got to heat sterilize this hand piece.
Before your next checkup, check out an all-new Street Stories Thursday.
This is CBS.
Daily news, huh?
The Philadelphia Daily News offers compelling coverage of local and national events.
Funny, you don't strike me as the Daily News type.
15 thought-provoking, useful new features, and one of the best sports sections in the country.
You wouldn't be finished with that by any chance, would you?
Funny, you don't strike me as the Daily News type.
The Philadelphia Daily News. It's going to surprise a lot of people.
This is something special. Tonight's the night, and you've got great seats. Because this is a Gold Card event. They reserve tickets for plays, concerts, even sporting events, just for Gold Card members. Sure beats standing in line, in the rain. The Gold Card. The American Express Gold Card. Don't leave home without it.
The Sony Handycam camcorder. It can play back on any TV. So you can watch what you shot on vacation, even while you're still on vacation. For easy playback on any TV, the answer is Sony, without question.
WCAU-TV, Philadelphia. Now, Larry Kane, Jane Robolone, Herb Clark Weather, and Ron Burke Sports. This is Channel 10 News.
Good evening, I'm Jane Robolone.
And I'm Larry Kane. Our top story tonight, a plane crash, a campus in a state of mourning at Princeton University, and two people, a son, a daughter, classmates in tragedy. Channel 10's Andrew Glassman reports on the tragedy in the air that left so many people affected on the ground.
Tonight, no official word, no explanations, no clues, just wreckage and two young lives lost, the remainder of a night flight on this single-engine Cessna. It crashed into the trees on the west end of Princeton Airport, apparently after taking off. At the controls, 21-year-old Morgan McKenzie. He rented the plane. His passenger, also 21, was Michelle Goody of Kennett Square. Both were in their junior year at Princeton University.
I mean, a lot of people are worried about exams and things like that, especially this time of year, and I think it just brought home that there's a lot more important things than that.
National Transportation Safety Board investigators spent this evening at the crash site, examining the plane and checking over safety records. The operators of Princeton Airport say McKenzie was checked out as a pilot. He was certified and current for night flight with a passenger. They said he signed out for his airplane at 7:50 last evening, but came back to fly it sometime later on. McKenzie was going to start Air Force flight training this summer.
He was a good student, an outstanding person, and he's going to be sorely missed by everybody who knew him.
It could be months before we know what went wrong on last night's flight. In Princeton, New Jersey, Andrew Glassman, Channel 10 News.
A man is dead, two others badly hurt tonight after gunfire erupts in Oxford Circle. Police say two men forced their way into a home at Kendrick and McGree. Shots rang out. One was killed. The other is in critical condition. A third man is in serious condition tonight. No identification and no motive has been given. And a police chase ties up the Schuylkill Expressway tonight, ending with a patrol car rammed by the suspect's truck and three suspected muggers under arrest. Officers even had to chase down one suspect who jumped to West River Drive. They're being held for purse snatching in the Northeast.
While the jury continues deliberations at 10 tomorrow morning in the case of two men charged with shooting Philadelphia police officer Donald McMullen, James Leaf, in the glasses, is the accused triggerman, and Stanley Rivers, the alleged accomplice. Jurors deliberated for nearly 4 hours earlier today. McMullen almost didn't survive the shooting last June. McMullen, who was on patrol with his twin brother, was shot in the eye after stopping a car in West Philadelphia. Well, as we went on the air just a few moments ago tonight, the federal government was seriously thinking about a complete takeover of the troubled Philadelphia Housing Authority. Could come this week. Even the authority's chairman, Jonathan Seidel, the city controller, is calling for a takeover. And for many of the 80,000 residents in Philadelphia at the Housing Authority, it can't come too soon. The stench of urine from bad plumbing fills the air as you walk through the West Park project and into the apartment that Juanita Waring has had to call home for the last 13 years with her 2 sons. Inside, the stark reality of living here. The plumbing has not been fixed.
Now, this here, when you run the water comes all the way up high, and don't let it be.
The Roaches are the most comfortable residents of this place.
Let's see what else we got.
Okay.
This room has stayed this way, unfixed, unattended to by the Housing Authority for the last 12 years.
Where's the toilet?
Juanita Waring is frustrated and she is angry.
If we have a plumbing problem, we can't get emergency one. We have to live in water. You know what I'm saying, until they decide to come and fix it. I mean, how would you feel?
How would you feel? Tonight, the federal regional housing chief, Mike Smerconish, feels that the time may be right for a federal takeover of the entire apparatus.
When the chairman of the Philadelphia Housing Authority stands up and admits that there is fraud in his agency of wild proportions, as the protector of the federal tax dollars that fund the Housing Authority, I'm hard-pressed not to take some action.
Well, that action may be taking place right now. Channel 10 News has learned tonight that a late-night summit meeting is underway right now between the mayor of Philadelphia, the Housing Authority chairman, and HUD officials that may result in an imminent takeover of the Philadelphia Housing Authority. It's big news for everybody in the area, but for Juanita Waring and her friends, it could be the first step in ending a life of misery.
Doctors who performed the autopsy on JFK break 29 years of silence to defend the official version of the Kennedy assassination. The 2 pathologists examined the president's body the day the president was shot. In an interview published by the Journal of the American Medical Association, those doctors say there's no doubt about what happened.
Both bullets struck from behind. No other bullets struck the president. A single assassin fired both bullets.
The pathologist decided to talk after seeing the movie JFK and after a series of books outlining the new conspiracy theories. And on Capitol Hill today, the ongoing Kennedy debate sparked this angry response from JFK's nephew, Representative Joe Kennedy. The younger Kennedy is furious because NBC News broadcast photos from JFK's autopsy.
And I want the people of this chamber to know how outrageous an act I feel that was, how harmful to my family I feel that was.
As Joe Kennedy concluded, he called the decision to broadcast those photos a sad day for America. NBC News had no comment.
Tonight, the U.S. Supreme Court is all that stands between Roger Coleman and the electric chair in the state of Virginia. Meantime, the convicted killer is waging a public relations campaign with appearances like this one on the Phil Donahue program. Coleman will be executed tomorrow unless the Supreme Court orders a stay. Coleman insists he is innocent, that he has new evidence to prove his innocence. Major media outlets, including Time magazine, have taken up his cause.
On the Channel 10 News Health Watch tonight, it's a drug that helps both humans and animals. But why does it cost human patients 100 times more the same dose for animals? That's the question behind a new study of the colon cancer drug levamisole. For $14.95, a veterinarian can treat a sheep for a year, while Johnson & Johnson charges $1,495 to treat a person with colon cancer for 1 year. Johnson & Johnson says the drug is so expensive for humans because it costs so much to develop in research. And parents letting your kids get a so-called healthy tan this summer can cause major problems for the child later in life. Researchers at the University of Texas say that 80% of the parents they questioned thought that children looked healthy with a suntan. But scientists say it's important for parents to know that one bad case of a childhood sunburn can lead to adult skin cancer, something for mothers to seriously consider.
Well, something else that women who want to be mothers are seriously considering, their age. These days, more and more career women are racing the clock when it comes to motherhood. They want children, but have given up on the idea of Mr. Right. But tonight, Channel 10 Sherry Bank introduces us to one woman who says she has the best of both worlds thanks to technology in the 1990s.
I like that you see me. I'll be holding him in my arms instead of where he is right now.
And a few weeks later, little Chase Kramer was born because at the age of 40, his mother made a calculated decision to have a child on her own. She was inseminated with the sperm of an anonymous donor. Sperm like this, frozen in liquid nitrogen, ordered by individual women wishing to get pregnant.
More women are tired of waiting for Mr. Right to arrive and are choosing to achieve a pregnancy without that ideal mate.
The women can choose their donor from a sperm bank catalog. Maybe they'd want sperm from number 1055, a Caucasian of Irish-Welsh background, red-brown hair that's straight, blue eyes, 6 feet tall, 168 pounds. Occupation, a coach. Or perhaps someone would choose sperm from number 330, an African-American with black curly hair, brown eyes. He's 5'8", 170 pounds, and a filmmaker. Today, Chase Kramer is 3.5 years old, adorable, but a real handful. His mom, Philadelphia school teacher Cheryl Kramer, is glad she has a big, loving family to help out.
If the question comes, do I have a daddy? The answer's going to be no, but you have a great mom.
What kind of mommy do you have, Chase?
A favorite mommy.
A favorite mommy. And someday, Chase will know she is a mommy who is instilling in him a lot of self-esteem, so he'll be strong if difficult times are ahead. Cheryl Kramer is a mommy who truly wanted a child. In Fox Chase, Sherry Banks, Channel 10 News.
But hold everything. The Vice President of the United States says he has a problem with women like the one you just met. Vice President Quayle says single, career-minded mothers like Murphy Brown represent what's wrong with America. Just what does that mean? We'll tell you in a moment.
Well, they prowl the streets waiting for you to have an accident, and some police may be on their side, not your side. It's a Channel 10 investigation.
And meet a local woman who says that aliens have implanted a device inside her body, and she may not be alone.
If you want sunshine, you're not alone. Herb will have the forecast coming up in just a few moments.
Stay with us. The Channel 10 News continues.
You want to lease a Mercedes, but you don't want a long commitment. You could get a shorter term, but the payments might be too high. Introducing the win-win lease. Short term, less cost. It's like getting a big promotion and hiring your own secretary. The Mercedes win-win lease.
When you see news, call 1-800-TIP-WCAU. Shoot it with your home video camera and call 1-800-TIP-WCAU.
Channel 10 News, sponsored in part by Delta Airlines. We love to fly, and it shows.
He's in Manhattan on Wednesday, Frankfurt on Thursday, Paris, Rome, and Vienna after that. He believes it's better to do business across a table than over a fax machine. This year, he'll fly more than 100,000 miles with us because he knows nobody understands him better than we do. At Delta, when we say we love to fly and it shows, this is where it shows.
Nearly 1 million families in the Delaware Valley watched Murphy Brown have her baby last night. Vice President Dan Quayle says that's part of what's wrong with this country. He blames a decline in family values in part on the CBS sitcom Murphy Brown. The scene from last night's hit episode is what has the Vice President talking. He says the show glorifies the fact that unmarried women are having children.
Mocking the importance of fathers by bearing a child alone and calling it just another lifestyle choice.
The Vice President speaking at a campaign stop in San Francisco. Also speaking tonight, Murphy Brown producer Diane English. She says if the Vice President believes that a woman cannot raise a child alone, he'd better make sure that abortion stays legal.
A new warning tonight about what every driver needs to know to avoid being taken for a ride by wreck chasers. During a Channel 10 investigation, it was Orion Reed who first raised the question. Are some Philadelphia police helping shady tow truck operators and body shops drum up business? Tonight, in a special follow-up report, Wreck Chaser Madness. Orion investigates, are some police officers actually being paid off?
Sheila's